if you take a look to the left. Now, I'll pull up a picture of this Abby character. It's one of the new ones. According to people on the internet, like, they're saying this person is trans. I don't know if it's male to female, female to male. I don't really care too much. I haven't looked into it, but, you know, there's just that. And apparently, this is one of the main characters of the game. You know, a completely new character that no one gives a shit about. Instead of, you know, letting you play half the game as Joel, half the game as Ellie, which everybody wanted, you know, you get to play as this random bitch that no one cares about. But anyway, moving on to plot point number 2. The game has you fighting Ellie from the perspective of Abby. Proof, the level list above. Now, this is another thing that people are really pissed off about, that Ellie is basically gonna turn out to...
And activists have infested Naughty Dog. So one of the reasons that this is happening, I believe, is because of this woman right here. You can see her name right there. She explains right in here. This is an article about her. And it's a really good example of where Western gaming has been going. You know, these activists in the community now, and they've pretty much been ruining it. I think you're going to see things get a lot worse. Nobody wants a protagonist that looks like this. Even the people that they're trying to appease to don't want this. And it's going to hurt gaming.
It's purposefully done. And so that's kind of the thing that you can tell that it's a strategic thing. It's more with their mixed in with their ideals, and that's when it's like eyes starting to roll. Your idea wasn't to make this character from the get-go, but now it's like you are heavily into your ideals, and you're like, I want to make someone so unconventional and so like not attractive, even though, you know, women's beauty is celebrated by like everybody. Women appreciate women's beauty, whether they're straight or gay. Same thing with men. Everyone appreciates a woman, right? And so it's usually good for business to make attractive women in your games. Why not? Makes sense to me. I think everybody fucking wins. You know, the only people that don't like that stuff they're not the ones consuming that shit. And
yep. Stay up in LA. Big GB. Now, what's going on, people? Now, you saw various clips of multiple YouTubers' opinions on the whole Last of Us 2 leak and the story plot leaks. Now, I'm going to break down the whole story leaks, very few parts of it, the parts that only matter. And I'm going to break down the real reason why all these people, all these ponies are upset. And let me keep it 100. You're not upset because Joel is dying, the main character from the first game. You're not upset because you're forced to kill Joel, halfway through the game. You're not upset because of the ridiculous plot. Let's keep it 100. All right, what everyone is not saying. They're upset because they're forced to play as a transgendered character. All right. That's the only reason people are upset. They're not saying it. All right. I don't have an issue with it. You know, the story is bizarre, but you know, as they say, life is stranger than fiction. And I've heard of more bizarre stories. All right. This is just, everyone is saying that they weren't warmed up to it. It feels forced down. It's that there's no warmth. There's no warming up in these kind of subjects at all. We can't warm you up. But they wanted a transgendered character as a minor character in like an earlier release. In like Last of Us 1, and then in Last of Us 2 she had a bigger role, and then maybe in 3 you guys will finally be ready to play as a transgendered main character. That is what everyone is giving off. Every single person that, bro, this guy, some black guy said that that's the name of his YouTube, right? I'm not saying some black guy. This guy sounded like he had his opinion was absolutely ridiculous. He said that Abby wasn't attractive and that people want to see attractive women in games. The game isn't meant to appease to your horniness, bro. Like, go get laid, my nigga. Go get something, all right? Because you sound like you don't get ass, okay? People sound ridiculous. Everyone's walking around the whole thing. Oh, it's because Anita Sakarson. That's why. She's involved in the story. Get that bitch. It's her. She did it. Like, no. She had influence in it. All right. People are upset because they're playing as a transgender. Now, as a transgender character. Now, let me break it down. Okay. Now, in the first Last of Us, towards the end, Joel goes out to rescue Ellie. All right. He kills all those surgeons in the room. All right. Apparently, one of the surgeons was Abby, who is the new transgendered character that you'll play as. She was in the 2017 trailer, and then you see how she looks. She looks different in Last of Us 2. It looks like the transition was complete. It looks like she was transitioning, and Abby was apparently the daughter of one of those surgeons, and the surgeon died because of Joel, and that destroyed her life, forcing her to seek revenge out for Joel. And now Joel is turned into the bad guy from at least the perspective that we see it. The game's not out yet for us to make, these crazy claims that we hate it. A lot of you sound just homophobic as shit. Like, it's crazy. Like, it's almost like they would have been more okay with just playing a straight woman instead of a woman who transitioned into a man. I just want people to just be 100% upfront about it. I'm watching these videos and no one is saying it. Like, absolutely no one is saying it. Everyone is just saying that, the story's dog shit, blah, blah, blah. I'm canceling my pre-order. And it's just that there's only one reason why you don't like it, bro. Now, you have to trust that I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even a fan of Naughty Dog. I don't even like Uncharted. I like Last of Us. It shows Naughty Dog's range. A lot of this comes from people admiring Joel. All right, Joel is this amazing protagonist in their eyes, a hero, male lead. A lot of the opinions I've heard have been from men. I haven't seen a video from a woman. There probably is a video from a woman. I should get that opinion as well, but I haven't. Any women out there that see this and have their own opinion, feel free to comment. Everyone's opinion that I've seen, it looked like just grown men that are upset. Grown fucking men that are upset at this. I can understand why a kid wouldn't want to do it, wouldn't want to play as a transgendered character if they were already used to Joel. They want to feel empowered when they play. The player likes to put themselves in the character's shoes. All right, it's very hard for them to get into it when they have to play as someone they don't necessarily want to play as, and I get that. I understand if Kojima somehow fixed all his squabbles with Konami and decided to bring out a new Metal Gear Solid and then told us that, oh wait, but Snake, he's gonna have a sex change into a woman. It's gonna into a woman. Now, granted, I might be a little upset. Like, damn, like that iconic character, decades in the making. When I think about it from that point, I understand why some people are upset. The fact that no one is saying it is upsetting. I'm not as heavily as invested as a lot of people. Last of Us isn't particularly one of my favorite series. I think it's good. It's not one of my favorites, but I understand people who really do like the series and have a connection. I understand why they might be upset at the storyline. And I was gonna play clips of the actual clips that leaked and stuff, but apparently Sony's shutting people down, shutting niggas down. All right, can't get shut down. Gotta be the youngest. All right, let me know what you guys think. I'm trying to think of maybe stuff that I may have missed. Maybe I overlooked some things that you guys feel you need to speak out of. Let me know. By all means, I gotta be the biggest in town. We're gonna start doing gaming news again. Stay tuned to those streams. You already know the deal, man. Did you be?